Our video today is sponsored by the premier online therapy platform, BetterHelp. Summer is here, and along with it can come a variety of situations that can cause enough stress to fill a chlorinated pool. Whether it's undue pressure to be beach ready or feeling separated from school friends while on your break, stress can take its toll, and BetterHelp wants to, well, help. Since joining BetterHelp, I have made noticeable improvements in my life almost immediately. Once a week, I've been connecting with a professional that has been specifically selected to tailor to meet my needs. And yes, I plan to talk to my therapist about why going to the pool makes me want to crawl into a hole for the rest of the season. More than 4 million people have connected to a BetterHelp licensed professional, and you can be next. You are not alone. Visit betterhelp.com/CinemaSins or select CinemaSins when you sign up and receive a special discount on your first month of therapy. Only finishing the lower third of your cool circle building. During this opening sequence, we cut from this shady lady to this boat, then back to shady lady, then to some Hong Kong porn, back to shady lady, then onto this much older boat, back to shady lady, then onto some Hong Kong traffic, back to shady lady, and honestly, I've never felt tension quite like it. What in the name of numerical order is going on with this sign? After 603, it inexplicably skips the even room numbers, but then slips in 606 and 608 after 609, as if 6 really was afraid of 7. Furthermore, I have no way of knowing if these rooms are to the left or right of the sign, only that they are on this floor. And why does the Consulate General of the United States of America have a room dedicated to a staff meeting? Not staff meetings or meeting room, but literally a room dedicated to a single staff meeting. Okay, enough about the sign. Damn it, we're not even a minute into this movie. Where is room 604? The Dummy's Guide to Bombing Embassies states that upon depositing your bomb, the most sensible thing you can do is jaywalk your noticeably blonde-wigged self across a four-way intersection and then announce clear foreknowledge of said bombing to the nearest food vendor. Also, that is a huge explosion to be delivered in an envelope of this size. It blows up half the entire floor. Can you fit that much explosive material into one legal-sized envelope? Don't embassies have metal detectors? Two things I have no intention of Googling back-to-back because I'd never make it on the inside.
All day, yet time, some.
Wasting Maggie Q in a literal drive-by roll.
That was my CD. Don't you ever touch a Chinese man's CD.
Is that a thing? Man, I didn't realize how much I needed to brush up on my racial stereotypes. Glad there's a movie like this to help educate us all.
Ricky Tan 做嘅。如果你唔想接呢單 case 咧，我會明白嘅。
Lee is given a potential out because his father was killed by Ricky Tan. But why offer him the case in the first place, given the obvious conflict of interest and potential trauma this might... Damn it! I'm doing that thing where I apply real-world logic to action movies again, aren't I?
Did you just take another damn case on my vacation, man?
Of course not.
Lee will now go through a ton of unnecessary trouble maintaining this lie, instead of being an actual human being and saying, sorry man, your embassy was just bombed, want to help me catch the people who did it? By the way, they also killed my dad. This movie wants to plot you hard and fast right now, and it's not worried at all about lubricating with any actual character consistency.
I will slap you so hard you end up in the Ming Dynasty.
Looks like casual racism will be the third returning character in this sequel, and will be leaned on so much it should have top billing.
They don't like tourists in here, so try to blend in.
Characters told to blend in and then decides to do the exact opposite and become the center of attention cliche.
Till you don't know how.
Movie dedicates far too much time filming Chris Tucker instead of James Carter. This is a completely different set of women than Carter was just dancing with. For instance, where did that girl in the red dress go that I noticed for no reason? Continuity's important.
This is a gangster bar. We are here undercover.
Why are you mad at him? He didn't know you were undercover. Okay, he'd likely make an ass of himself even if he did know, but this is very much on you, Lee.
I'm from Los Angeles. We invented gangs.
I'm not going to sin this purposeful ignorance. However, I will sin that yet another movie is going with the old standbys of either the Triads, the Yakuza, or the Mafia. Pick a new gang. Did you know London in the early 19th century had an all-female gang called the 40 Elephants that operated for over a century? You have so many choices.
What did I just say?
You just ask everybody to pick up their samurai swords and shave your butt.
How is that a thing you accidentally say in a language you don't know?
All the triads and the ugly women on this side, and all the fine women on this side right now.
It takes a truly artful level of writing and delivery to be this offensive while also being this not funny. So this guy runs to the back area and presumably tells Hu Lee that Detective Lee is here, and her immediate plan is to run through this curtain, make sure she's spotted by Lee, and then run back the way she came? Why the f didn't she just run away to start with? She really looked left and right and then said, let's climb the bamboo scaffolding. That's the quickest way out of here for sure.
Oh, hell no.
Being a grown-ass adult, still requiring a practical demonstration of how gravity works. Jackie Chan, just shy of his 50th birthday. Being Jackie Chan. F***ing legend. Lee will now tie this bad guy up to the bamboo with a random pair of pants in less than 2 seconds and in a way that could be easily escaped by... Let me try and find the technical term here. Yes, ducking.
How you get down there?
Dumb questions.
Don't let go, man.
Followed by even dumber advice. Who Lee will show mercy instead of killing them both right now, because we're only at the start of the movie. Mercy on them, not us, of course. We still have over an hour to go.
Don't worry, Chinese bamboo is very strong.
Premature tensile strength abrasion. Lee has the good fortune of being played by Jackie Chan, but Carter has no such excuse, and therefore earns a survives this.
I can't believe you lied to me, man.
When exactly is this scene happening? The bamboo chase clearly took place at night, and it's day now, so why are they in the same clothes? Why are they only now talking about what happened? Did they just stay up all night driving around Hong Kong in silence?
Yeah, my American friend.
Did he just grab her wrist? What the The movie thinks it's telling cultural fish out of water jokes, but that's not a cultural faux pas, that's a basic human decency faux pas. Yearbook photos.
You pick any girl for you and your friend.
Movie seems to think that if it drags out Carter eye-f***ing these women long enough, it will somehow make my boner relevant to the plot.
Well, hurry up.
Man, what's wrong with you? You don't jump in front of a black man in a buffet line.
I'm sorry, but buffets are the Wild West of food lines. There is no system. I once saw a guy grab an ice cream cone and start loading tapioca pudding on it before asking his friend to toss him a crouton from across the room to top it off. Pure anarchy.
Lee, how's your girl?
Well, she's still wearing a ring while giving a massage, so I'm now doubting if she's actually been certified by the AMTA.
I will call for backup.
Lee, the man is 4 feet tall. Let's go over there and bust him right now.
I know being an adorable loudmouth dumbass minus the adorable part is Carter's brand, but does he not know how gangs work? Ricky Tan doesn't have to be built like Chris Hemsworth to be surrounded by men who will peel your skin off and wear it as a bikini. A visual that none of us needed, and I apologize.
I'm sorry, man.
Carter!
Oh, y'all look alike.
Look, I would stop to send this movie every time it thinks that racial humor is hilarious, but YouTube doesn't allow our videos to be over 12 hours long.
No wonder you mad.
You see, it's funny because he's saying his dick is small. But also, and you're gonna have to trust me on this, there is a single frame in this movie where you can actually see this man's dangler, and I've studied it enough to say that this man has at least average length. So f off with your joke that is now proven to be distasteful and inaccurate.
Flip me!
What?
Flip me!
Horizontally, vertically, rotationally, if I've learned anything in this life, it's that you have to be specific about that when you're in the heat of the moment. Unrehearsed, synchronized ass kickings. Roll symbolic credits.
I ain't never been humiliated and embarrassed like that in my whole entire life.
Money talks erasure.
When the last time you had a date? Huh? Let's hear it, Lee. The year of the rat?
Considering this movie was 2001, the last year of the rat was only 5 years ago. A better insult would have been the year of the horse, or even goat, which has the added benefit of sounding like you're accusing them of some sort of animal husbandry as well.
You'll never understand me.
You right, because I don't even understand what you just said to me right then.
I don't think he meant that in a linguistic sense, Carter. I think Lee was referring to the fact that you'll never understand him as a person as a way for the movie to create character tension, and oh, he was being racist again, wasn't he? Man, sometimes it's just so hard to pick out the nuance of such masterfully subtle writing.
They got my passport back at that massage parlor.
What a shame. I guess America's gain is Hong Kong's loss.
How can we help you?
You can stay the hell out of our way.
Which is why I expositioned all that info about what happened at the embassy to you, because I have a habit of giving a lot of details to people I'm going to eventually tell to f*** off. Ricky Tan goes through all the trouble of getting Hu Lee to smuggle a bomb into a police station and into Lee's office, but doesn't have a way to make sure that the damn thing actually kills him.
Can you direct me to Heaven on Earth massage parlor, please?
This movie is 84 minutes long without credits and somehow thinks it has time for this bumble in the Hong Kong Bronx.
You okay, Lee?
Lee is sad because he assumes that Carter is dead. Or maybe he searched the room, realized there wasn't a body of any kind in there, and is sad that Carter made it out alive. The second makes more sense to me.
I will slap you if you don't move this car.
Vecino?
I'ma slap you.
Vecino?
I'ma slap you.
I wonder if they thought that by the third time he said it, it would get funny. Lee is now listening to Diddy's I'll Be Missing You, and it will take almost the entire first verse for the movie to be satisfied that we've got the point. Also, for clarity, what Lee is doing here is mourning the death of his friend to a song that's mourning some other guy's friend in a cover of a song about stalking. Also, Lee takes his eyes off the road while driving for about 20 seconds straight. The elegant genius behind Lee's method of sneaking onto the yacht is rather undermined by Carter apparently being able to walk in the front entrance without a f***ing invite.
How you doing, baby? Carter. James Carter.
Trying to pull off a Joey Tribbiani and a James Bond at the same time and failing completely at both.
I see me and you downstairs in one of those bathrooms in about 5 minutes.
Telling someone you own the yacht and then suggesting sex in a bathroom instead of the bedroom suite.
Wait a second, I know you. Stephen Rain, right? You own half of Los Angeles.
Carter's boner leads him to a crucial player in the movie, as if the damn thing is a plot-divining rod.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Using direct word-for-word callbacks for cheap laughs.
There's a war going on right now within the triads.
Oh, so you're going to pretend to be one of the good bad guys. And we're going to explore the subtle moral distinctions and ethical nuances that go into understanding human nature? This movie feels like the perfect film to tackle that. Hu Lee decides not to shoot Lee at the same time as Tan because she knows the movie has gone too long without some Jackie Chan kick-ass acrobatics.
You just kicked me?
She did, and she will do it again, only after allowing you to crack wise for a bit since she's aware you're supposed to be some sort of comic relief. And the director said, we're out of apples, but if you could have Rain conveniently be spotted flicking a cigarette he just lit into the open ocean, I think I might be able to convince the audience he's an asshole.
But you're off this case. I don't ever want to see you again.
They're off the case. Man, what a twist. But you know, I bet that's not going to deter him even a little bit. I bet he'll keep working the case, but all sneaky like. It's going to be so fun. I wonder why more action movies don't follow this formula.
I'm out of here.
Carter, Ricky Tan set up my father.
Leaving your car in a zone that is for loading and unloading only just because you have some sudden sentimental expositioning to do.
So you coming or what?
Why L.A.?
Mostly because that's where the industry is, so it makes the filming process easier. Oh, you mean a story reason. Story.
Every big crime has a rich white man behind it waiting for his cut.
Wait a second. Did Carter just use action movie cliche logic to solve what, to him, should be an actual criminal conspiracy?
We keep our cool.
Maybe, but not like Asians.
Having a race-off.
Slow down, baby.
Turning Jackie Chan into a creepo when you've already spent so much time establishing that this is Chris Tucker's job.
Let me look a little closer.
Zoom and no pants cliche.
Look like somebody dropping off a package. Wait a minute. Look like the same girl who dropped off the package at your office. It's a bomb!
The amount of convenience and conclusion jumping that's needed for these two to jump conveniently to that conclusion so quickly is honestly right on par for this movie. But we don't give points for that kind of consistency.
I'm an undercover agent for the United States Secret Service.
Well, how do we know that? Show me a badge right now.
Here you go.
I'm trying to think of a single other time this miniature bra badge would have been useful except for this exact scenario. Does the movie really want me to believe this is an actual thing? Or that she had it with her and took the time to fasten it on before coming up here?
Well, you need to tell us what's going on.
She does not, but she will.
There's only one way to spot a fake.
Is it that the eagle logo on the left doesn't fill enough of the circle? Or that you can't see the 100 in the upper left corner? Or maybe it's that the Ben Franklin portrait looks like he's had an allergic reaction to a bee sting?
So what in the hell they gonna do with $100 million of phony money?
You mean, what would a criminal organization do with $100 million of counterfeit money that almost nobody can tell is counterfeit? Yeah, that is a tough one. I guess open a cat cafe?
What you doing in here, James?
Being Don Cheadle and choosing to do this movie after Boogie Nights and Traffic. Well, at least he would go on to do Hotel Rwanda and then never get stuck in a money-hungry franchise ever again.
You come up in here, you ain't show me no badge.
Forgetting to wear your badge bra. Chris Tucker makes direct eye contact with the camera for almost 2 full seconds here. And honestly, that's the kind of quality nitpicking that keeps me going. Parking like this in LA. I don't mean the legality. I just mean the idea of parking anywhere in LA this easily, illegally, or otherwise, and leaving your fancy convertible wide open to any passerby.
LAPD, we're looking for a guy named Zing.
So Kenny told Carter and Lee that Zing paid off a $50,000 gambling debt with the money they figured out was counterfeit bills from Rain and the Triads. But how did Zing convince the Triads to give him $50,000? And if he has this level of pull with the Triads, why is he also working the front desk at Rain's hotel? And of course, Carter and Lee deduce their way to the hotel at the exact perfect time to catch the money being moved. Half an hour either way, and they'd have had to rely on some other bullshit to crack the case. This is not how you pack things to protect them. This is how you pack things when you're a visual artist who wants a cool-looking shot of whatever these bullshit plot devices are. The director said, hey, we found the apples, so let's have her stab this one in the weirdest style possible and in a way that isn't conducive to eating at all, but will make her look like an absolute asshole. Making all these bullshit plot devices this fragile just so they could spill out their bullshit for the audience to see. But why did the limos arrive so far behind the truck if they were traveling together? Sure, maybe they stopped for food and the truck didn't, but we all know the real answer is so Carter and Lee can get away and continue their Hall of Fame-worthy comedic antics.
Look,
Red Dragon.
Good thing that Secret Service agent you accidentally met just happened to use that boat name trivia thing earlier to keep you from suggesting more gross places to f her, huh? Also, that you happen to accidentally yourself out of a manhole with no traffic that just happened to be right next to it. It's a cornucopia of convenience. It's a conveniacopia.
That's how you launder $100 million in cash.
This means that the last half an hour of movie time could have been saved if you skipped the Kenny nonsense and just sat down with a list of Rain's holdings until you found out he owns a casino called the Red Dragon and is planning a grand opening. You know, putting the detect part of detective to work for once.
I'm gonna need black, 42 long, and nothing touches this body but pure silk.
Carter derails him with pointless side quests so many times in this movie, and I'm sick of Lee acting like it's no big deal and in no way affecting his chances of avenging the death of his father.
What size is the waist? Let's go in. I want to.
Hey! Watch his sweetness.
Ah, gay panic. When so many other kinds of distasteful jokes fell by the mainstream wayside, you made it all the way into the 21st century. It's truly impressive.
Stephen Rain, owner and founder of the Red Dragon Casino.
So, mega-rich hotel billionaire Stephen Rain decides to open a Chinese-themed casino and doesn't think that might look suspicious, considering it'd be pretty easy to find out he'd been spending time on a triad-owned boat by the same f***ing name. He's not even remotely afraid of getting caught. Can you imagine being so rich that you believe you're completely immune from prosecution?
Welcome to the Red Dragon, where everybody is a winner.
Casino slogans that are designed to bankrupt the casino from all the eventual false advertising lawsuits.
Hold me close. There are cameras everywhere.
Cameras that can detect people counting cards, but that you're confident will somehow not spot you dancing with the enemy as long as it's super close and sexy.
Look over my right shoulder. That's the soft count roll. We think the plates are in there.
Oh man, the last time I had some counterfeiting plates, I made the same mistake. I wheeled those bad boys all the way through my casino on its opening night, exposed myself immediately. I mean, I totally could have brought them through some back entrance or snuck them in gradually, but no, I chose the busiest fucking night possible and in the most public of spaces. And that's how I became a YouTuber.
Look, it's security all over the place. If you're gonna do this, you're gonna need a distraction, all right?
Thinking that the hundreds of cameras in a casino are susceptible to being distracted.
Sir, you're aware that there's a $50,000 buy-in this evening?
Kivas Farjo isn't stealing anyone's data in this scene.
We got Lionel Richie performing here tonight.
Lionel Richie ain't been black since the Commodores, man.
I'm not sure if this is colorism or gatekeeping, but I am sure that this movie continues to confuse cringe with comedy. There's nothing more certain in this world than the fact Jackie Chan will do a series of amazing things and completely overcome the odds until exactly the moment the movie needs to move on, at which point he will be stopped by a single kick.
只要我轻轻一按，你32颗顽皮的牙就会蹦进你的脑袋。
Assuming that someone still has their wisdom teeth. Also assuming that someone doesn't have any false teeth. Also assuming the force of the explosion of a grenade located inside the mouth would push any of the teeth upwards through the brain instead of outwards from the face. I can guarantee you those bottom teeth aren't going anywhere near the brain, and I'd bet you'd be lucky if even 4 from the top row go in that direction. And finally, assuming that any of the teeth would remain intact and that they would lodge in the brain instead of going through it. My point is, what she should have said was, I'll push the detonator and perhaps blow a portion of any teeth you have left in your upper jaw through the conglomeration of human matter that occupies the space previously inhabited by your brain. You're welcome.
Imagine a business where people hand you money and you hand them back absolutely nothing.
So lucrative, in fact, that I wonder why you would want to go through all the risk of printing and laundering fake money when drunk tourists are literally giving you genuine money for free. Also, twist! Ricky Tan isn't dead! And I bet the movie is hoping this reveal is so shocking that we won't ask little questions like, how could he have known Lee would be on the boat? Or why didn't the Secret Service lady tell Lee that Tan was alive? Or why the f*** did he go to the trouble of faking his own death, and how does it benefit his counterfeiting plan in the slightest?
U.S. Secret Service, you're under arrest.
The great thing about guns is that if they're made properly, you don't have to stand within kicking distance of your target. You could be right across the room and everything. I know. Wild. Oh look, it's the sexy leg kick stalemate move. Very common in the martial arts style of Taekwondo do directed it though. They don't even try to hide the fact that Chan's hands are no longer tied tightly together during the somersault. The continuity team was like, F it. If anyone notices, just say it's magic. Movie continues with this cartoon-esque chase the detonator bit for a very long time, considering we all know they aren't actually going to blow up Jackie Chan's head in this buddy cop movie.
You don't know nothing about this, do you? Egyptian style, girl.
The first Rush Hour had its moments, but this sequel feels like all the effort and creativity stopped after let's start the movie in Hong Kong.
It smells good.
I can't remember a time when I more actively rooted for the apparent good guy to lose a fight and be murdered very slowly. Please, somebody tell me why we're watching Chris Tucker in this goofy fight using whatever objects are at hand instead of Jackie Chan. It's literally his whole thing.
Thank you, Benjamin.
Deus ex machina? So did she just have this bomb lying around in case of emergency? Or did she take some time out to wire it all up after she got stabbed in the chest?
I want to thank you, too.
Oh, isn't that sweet? These two people with zero chemistry and not a single moment between them that looked anything like consensual romance have smooshed their face flaps against each other.
Jackie, kick it.
Okay, Chris Tucker!
Jackie, kick it.
Jackie again?
Your usual Jackie Chan is a badass outtakes package now also gets to include a lot of Chris Tucker is bad at his job as well. Yay for us, I guess. Also, why was this fucking movie called Rush Hour?
This is a gangster bar. We are here undercover.
Things that could have been brought to my attention yesterday!
Oh, hi, Nayday. Joy, team. Ogmog.
Don't wait for the translation! Answer me now!
All right, listen up.
Tell me, my man, you were happy here a big while.
Thrill.
Lord Jesus, I don't want to die. Please help me, man.
Come out to the coast. We'll get together. Have a few laughs.
Are you ready?
You ready? I'm ready.
This showcase begins with this beautiful new living room.
How you doing, baby? Carter. James Carter. Baldwin Hills.
Seriously?
Just come on, let me deliver my closing argument. Anna, we live in a physical world, right?
Who's your friend?
Somebody who got on the wrong yacht.
You think you're so great because you have boats!
Who died, Lee?
You!
Detective, you?
Not you, you!
Third base!
Maybe that's where you can help us, guys. Yeah. I mean, Carter, this is your city, right?
Wouldn't be the Christmas shopping season if the stores were any less hotter than they are.
You still have the bills?
Still got my lunch money from the 3rd grade.
It's a weird flex, but sure.
You can't win, Powers.
Why won't you die?